Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well and hanging in there. If you're watching this video, I probably don't need to tell you that the energies have been very intense lately. There is just a lot happening, and this entire year has been filled with change and transition. But I feel like the last week or two has just been unprecedented. With the amount of things that are happening to people, bad things. And in most ways, I think you can look at some of it, as an opportunity for a new beginning, with a job loss or relationship ending or something like that. But there have also been a lot of illnesses, people losing loved ones unexpectedly, people losing pets getting sick, people getting sick. I mean, just a lot happening. So I was not planning on doing this video, and the energy has been building all week. I woke up about 2:30 after about 3 hours of sleep, and I was on fire. Felt a ton of energy coming in. It was just super intense. Just I've been having intense dreams all week. I know a lot of fellow light bearers have been as well, working through a lot in the dream state. There's just a lot happening right now, and I don't know. I know we just had a lot of planets move out of retrograde, so I don't know if that stirred up a lot of stuff. Mercury is in its last week, and this Mercury retrograde has been pretty brutal for a lot of people. A lot of stuff happening, technology-wise, communication-wise, just overall. There's been a lot of triggers and a lot of things happening. So we are also approaching a full moon, I think, in the next week. I think it's the 20th or 21st. So I wanted to just come on here again, and like I said, I woke up at 2:30 after 3 hours of sleep and was wide awake, ravenous, tons of energy coming in, and I then tried to go back to sleep, and I ended up getting up at like 5:30, and I exercised. I haven't done that in a long time. So I'm recording this before work, which is something I haven't, not used to doing. So that's why obviously I'm not on camera, guys. And probably you'll hear my dishwasher going in the background. But in any event, this video is intended to kind of look at, if you're going through a situation right now, something that's triggering you, something that's stirring up some pain, some sort of transition, some sort of change. This pick a card is intended to look at that issue and give you some guidance from spirit. So what we've got is the rose quartz here to support you. Number one is a pumpkin carving. We've got a moon, and then we've also got just the raw rose quartz as well. So we've got a few decks in the pile. We've got the Triggers and Shadows Oracle deck, which was created by me. That is available for purchase now, and that information is down below. We also have the Butterfly Oracle, which is a deck about changes, and that's from Doreen Virtue. I believe that's out of print now, but you may be able to find it on eBay. And then we've also got the Angel Tarot, which I think is available from Radley Valentine now. And we've got the self-care, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. So we've got 2 cards from the tarot, 2 self-care cards that wanted to come out. And then we're going to kind of look at the trigger shadow changes and just get some advice. I will timestamp these, so but you may want to check all of them just to see if anything, resonates for each particular one. So we're going to go get started with number 1, and I'm going to move, just ignore all my table here. This is kind of my pseudo, and again, I'm holding the camera per the usual when I do these. One of these days I'll get a proper setup here, but hopefully there's not the blur and the glare that we've had, blurriness on some of these. So, okay. All right, so number 1, we're going to see what we've got here. Negative. Realizations and epiphanies. Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. Victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. All right. So we'll wait for the sacred self-care, and then I'm just going to see what messages come through first. So I feel like for those of you that chose this one, you could have recently went through, I'm mostly picking up on a relationship change, but this also could apply to jobs, and so I'll get into that in a moment. But first, on the relationship aspect, you've got falling in love or resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced tuition, a new home. So realizations and epiphanies, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition is what I'm focusing on you, in a new home. I feel like for those of you that this is resonating, where you've had a relationship in and maybe you've had to move and move out of a residence, you've got to change your mindset here, right? You've got to stop focusing on the negative aspect that this ended. It ended, and I feel like you're starting to do that, or maybe you're going through realizations and epiphanies that you are better off and you're happier, in your new life. But, in order to fully overcome this situation, right, that you've got to not look at yourself as the victim here. Even if this other person did you wrong, I'm picking up on some forgiveness needs to happen, and maybe some gratitude, like, gosh, you're having this realization and epiphany that this ending is bringing about a beautiful beginning for you. Six of Fire, Six of Wands, that is a very good, that's a success and victory card, right? Like, you're riding away from whatever this was that was dragging you down emotionally. And, there's this bigger cup that's down there for you to grasp. I'm also picking up that if, this is a job situation that ended, a new home represents the new home that you're going to land in. This Six of Wands is a card about, it can be a job offer card, a job opportunity. So, again, instead of looking at the negative and at the victim and being depressed that perhaps your job, you were laid off, look at it as an opportunity. And Ace of Cups for me is like emotional balance. It's like this, falling in love. It's really just it's emotional happiness, fulfillment. That you where in the other situation that you were in, you were drowning, right? And so instead of looking at it as a victim and being depressed that this situation ended, look at it as an opportunity that something better isn't within your grasp. And it's, with the Six of Wands, Spirit saying it's coming. It's absolutely coming. So you've got to have, this, if you haven't had this realization and epiphany yet, that's what you're being encouraged to focus on. So let's see what your self-care is. Connect with your womb. Well, if you're a man and watching this, I apologize, but plan a vacation. Okay. So the connect with your womb, this can apply, this is really about the sacral chakra energy. This is about creativity, right? Also the feminine side of energy. So even if you are, gender-wise, sexually wise, a male, and you may not have a physical womb, you do have feminine energy. And so this is saying, tap into that creative energy. That's going to give you an outlet for the negativity. That's going to, turn the spark within you. And who knows, if for some of you, you may have kind of a side gig that, now you maybe have opportunity to pursue that. But I'm just getting, also tap into, if you're planning a vacation, the womb, the feminine energy is about water. And obviously we have the Ace of Water here. So I'm getting the urge for many of you that getting out somewhere in nature where there's a waterfall. Even if you're in Ohio, there are, Charleston Falls is nearby. In Miami County, you've got Hocking Hills, I think Yellow Springs, then there's Cedar Falls and Xenia, and I'm sure there's many more. But, even just getting near a river or a lake, taking a hot bath, just, taking a bath and like putting candles around and just maybe some nice oils and even if you're a man, it just helps you relax and tap into that energy. And look how this planet vacation, they've got like this higher self guiding you. So if you've been feeling the call to go to a certain place, maybe now's the time to do that. And it may lead to another opportunity for you, right? That's what I'm picking up on. So if you want to look into your specific situation, that information is down below. But I hope that was helpful for you guys that chose number 1. So now we are going to move on to number 2, which was the moon. Whoops. False mask, concealing inauthentic hidden emotions. Got here. Decisions. Oof. This is equivalent to 3 of Swords. Great sadness. Take time to heal the need to forgive yourself or others. 2 of Water. Relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness. The positive resolution of a conflict. All right. So we're going to do the self-care later. What I'm getting here, the false mask shadow card, this is very similar to 7 of Swords energy. This is betrayal energy, right? Especially combined with the 3 of Swords, which is a heartbreak, a sadness, the need to forgive yourself or others. And so I think you've just recently found out something that has caused you, was a shock. Somebody was being inauthentic. Somebody was lying. Somebody was maybe sneaking around. And I'm getting that this is tied most likely to a relationship because of the 2 of Cups that's here. But you have a decision to make. And I'm getting that, there may be potential if forgiveness, happens, that the relationship can grow from this and there can be a positive outcome. But the question is, you have the decision. It's up to you. Do you want to forgive this person? Right? We've got forgiveness twice. And can you trust them again? Right? And so I think this is a very difficult situation, especially if there's children involved. But what I'm getting is, you don't want to settle and make yourself, I guess I'm trying to think of the word, just on edge all the time, right? Wondering, can you trust this person? Can you not? I think there are a lot of factors to weigh here. And there is the possibility that things can be resolved, but you have to, I think, look at the reason, if there was something, and betrayal is not justifiable in any means, right? But, most situations, especially in relationships, are not black and white. So if there was a growing apart and lack of communication and things that just over time happened that led to this, and that you're both willing to work on it and you recognize that there is love there, right? And this is not just staying in a situation and trying to work it out for the sake of the kids, for what, if both of you, are willing to put in the effort and work on it, then, that could weigh into your decision. I'm just getting something that may have just happened pretty recently with the last, the sliver of this moon is like what the moon has been lately in the sky this week. It's been really vibrant. So I feel like this maybe just came to light, or with the last new moon. Sorry, I'm just getting lots of messages here. I feel like you do, notice it says take time to heal, right? So my suggestion to you is to get out in nature, get out in water, near water, and just be still. Don't make a rash decision based on anger, based on fear, right? Don't make a rash decision to leave a situation based out of anger, unless, obviously if it's a situation where somebody's been mistreating you for a long time, and, then I think, the decision, like, which way, right? Your gut knows. But also don't make a decision where was I going with this? Sorry. It's just some really heavy energy, guys. So I'm sorry for whoever is resonating with this one. But I was saying, just don't make a decision rashly based on, fear. Where I was going with this, right? So I was going based on anger, that you're going to just leave because you're angry. If there's the possibility, right, that that things have been good and things can be worked out. And don't make a decision based on fear of change. Don't make a decision to stay because you're afraid to leave. So I think you need to get out in nature and think about, what it is that is good for your energy, good for your heart, good for your soul, and get out of your head. So I hope this was helpful, guys. If you want to look into your specific situation, that information is down below. Oh, actually, sorry, guys. I forgot the self-care. I was already picking up on getting out. I was picking up on water. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. All right, this is just crazy. Okay. Hydrate, sync with the moon. Okay, so we chose the moon. I was picking up on something with the moon that was happening this week. This crystal was obviously in sync with the moon phase. So get out near water. Hydration is always important, right? If you're not eating, you're not drinking, because this has been like, a gutting experience for you. You need to take self-care that way. Make sure you're staying hydrated. But I was picking up on before, get near the water, syncing with the moon. This could be doing rituals, looking into what the next full moon is, for example. I'm not sure what sign it is in, but, look at Forever Conscious. She's got a great website, and some of these other sites as far as, what energetically is happening. A lot of websites will offer you rituals that you can do with each moon cycle, with each new moon and full moon. You can perhaps write a letter to the person who betrayed you and burn it. That is a very powerful ritual you can do with this upcoming full moon. So that is something else that I would recommend for you guys. Okay, now we are switching to number 3. Sorry about that. Okay, number 3 was the raw rose quartz. Passive aggressive. Stalling, sarcasm, sabotage. Moving. 7 of Cups, a complex decision. 10 of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things. All right. So I'm getting that whoever chose this one, I think you're thinking about moving, either leaving a relationship and moving out of a physical home, or moving on from a job. Whatever the situation is, the other party that's involved, there's passive aggressive energy that's there, and certainly that can be there with the job. Feeling like you're walking on eggshells, feeling like you're just, it's a matter of time before you're laid off, before something happens. Just not feeling settled. I feel like whatever the situation is, there's this shadow hanging over you. There's this darkness, this cloud. Because 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth it's a very happy family life, financial security. It's literally like the completion of everything and feeling like you have it all in the physical, feeling that you have, you're solid, you're stable, you're where you want to be. And I feel like for those of you that chose this is not where you are, and you know that you have to make a decision to move on, to get out of this energy, to get to where you want to be settled. Okay, 7 of Cups is an emotional card. It is about obviously complex decision. You may have been procrastinating, but you have a lot of options, right? You have a lot of things floating around here, but I think you haven't wanted to make that decision yet because it's been difficult. It's been difficult to move on, or perhaps you're weighing your options still. But what Spirit is saying, what I'm getting like strongly for those of you that chose this one, that moving is in your future, and it has to be, because this energy is not serving you, and the same cycles are going to keep repeating. And this could be a friendship, but whatever, a friendship situation, but I'm getting more of like a living situation, with a romantic relationship or a job. But this is where you're headed, but you have to be willing to get out of this foggy energy, make a decision about which path you're going to go on. And I'm getting that maybe some of you too, flipping it around, like maybe you've been stalling, waiting, trying to figure out your next steps, and it's not been easy. But I would just say, trust your intuition here. You may need, it says the need to do research. Stop procrastinating, right? Stop procrastinating, stalling. This is not working for you, this cloud over your head. And if you haven't started looking for another job, even if you may, I'm getting for those of you who chose this one, haven't, you're still at your current job. But, if you haven't started looking, stop procrastinating, start looking, start putting feelers out there, start connecting maybe with old coworkers, acquaintances, let them know that, you're looking, and to keep things in mind for you. Also, contact friends, to see if they have any connections, with landlords or places that you can move. So I think, understandably, there's, some people procrastinate because there's a fear that if you actually take that step and put that out there, it's like, if you're not ready, what if you find something else? What if you find something else and then it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready, right? But I think Spirit is urging you that you do need to, get off of the stool, or whatever you want to get off the pot, right? You need to start taking action. If you know you're stuck, stagnant, and this is shadows hanging over your head, you need to put it out there that you are ready to move on, you're ready for change, and show the universe that you do welcome opportunities coming your way. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Let's see, number 3 is Sweet Treat. And intuition. Okay, I was literally just saying, guys, using your intuition, right? Listen to your intuition as far as your gut, as far as making a decision, trusting that, it is time to move on, right? Even if you're scared, you need to get out of your head. So this is further confirmation of that. Sweet treat. For a few of you, this could be a sign that, like, if you've thought about starting a baking business, if you have a side business doing that, or if you have like just a hobby, that this is something you might want to pursue, as far as like a self-employment type thing. Also, this is just as a self-care. Don't feel guilty about, if you've been eating healthy and you've been, trying to maintain that, to have a sweet treat every now and then. Maybe, if it feels good to bake, if you love to do that, treat yourself this weekend. Bake some muffins, bake some cookies, or go out to your favorite place and buy, yourself a yummy fall treat. And note, the 5 is a number of change. So this is confirmation that change is coming and that you need to embrace it. Even though it's scary, this is coming for you. So I hope that was helpful, guys. If you want to look into your specific situation, that information is down below. And again, the Triggers and Shadows Oracle deck is also available for purchase, and that information is down below. Take care.